I'm laughing because I'm just reliving the ending of this pay-per-view, and it gold, amazing, amazing. What is it, YouTube? It's your boy Lee Walk 71. Play stay with a 4, and I am here with my WWE Money in the Bank 2019 pay-per-view review for you all. This show, up until the last 3 matches, was terrible. It was not the most enjoyable show. A lot of it was just like, how, I don't know. It was a lot of it was just like a lot of the matches. I was just like, what? I I don't know. But the WWE title match, the Universal title match, and the Money in the Bank ladder match was cool, but the ending made it the greatest match of all time. But this is the show. We officially had the pre-show, which had Smackdown Tag Team Champions, brand new Smackdown Tag Team Champions, Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the Usos, who are part of Monday Night Raw. But because of this brand new idiotic wildcard rule, the Usos, who are on Raw, can compete against teams from SmackDown. This is a non-title match. I barely paid attention to it because I was like getting all my stuff set up, and I was doing all other stuff around my house before I officially got to sit down and watch the show. I'm not even gonna lie, I barely paid attention. All I know is that the Usos won, which means they're probably gonna get a tag title match, which is idiotic because they're a Raw tag team and they're challenging for the SmackDown tag titles. It makes no sense. It's stupid. This whole wild card rule is stupid. Just be consistent with your brand split and keep each shows different from each other, not the same. Anyways, we open up the pay-per-view with a Money in the Bank ladder match. It was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, during the pre-show, the last minute of the pre-show, they did Naomi's entrance. I guess it's a pre-show exclusive. They did her entire entrance, and I was on the Discord with my homie Zach, and we were talking about this. And we was watching the entrance, and we were like, what is this? And then I was like, are they just going to start the match and like do no pay-per-view intro? No, they did the entire pay-per-view intro. They actually did a in-memory graphic for Ashley Mazzar, may she rest in peace. They did a graphic for that. And she was still in the ring during her entrance. And then they said, Naomi's here. But we have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Natalya, Dana Brooke, who I'm so surprised was in this match. I thought she was going to be a fill-in for Sasha to return. Naomi, Nikki Cross, Mandy Rose, Bayley, Ember Moon, and Carmella. 8 women, 4 from Raw, 4 from SmackDown. This match was cool. It went by fast. It did not seem like it went as long as I thought it did. Because by the time the match ended, it was like 6:25. So it was like... Okay, so I could tell you what I'm not gonna go move by move for this ladder match. I can just tell you what I did like. One of the best parts of this match was Ember Moon climbing on a ladder from the outside and hitting the Eclipse on Natalya into the ring. That was actually a pretty cool spot. I like that. There was one spot where Nikki Cross did her little finisher. I don't even remember what it's called, but she did her finisher. What else? Naomi did a split leg moonsault. I don't know. I would have to say it was on a ladder, onto Bayley in the ladder. But it was this match overall. It was just like I don't know. The best part, I could literally tell you the best part of the match was the Ember Moon part. Other than that, everything else was just like okay. We got to one angle they did in the match where Carmella messed her leg up just to come back to fight Mandy Rose. There was another part where they involved Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And Sonya Deville carried Mandy Rose up to the ladder. And when they got there, Bayley climbed up the ladder and knocked both of them down and then won the Money in the Bank ladder match and got a huge pop. I guess WWE is trying to fix Bayley, which I don't know how you can fix Bayley after the This Is Your Life segment, which is so terrible. So it was that. And Bayley won the Money in the Bank ladder match. She's this year's Miss Money in the Bank, but not for too long. Then after that, we got an angle. It was pretty much a show-long angle. And it started with because on Raw, Braun Strowman lost the match against Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn took his place. So after that, Sami Zayn went up to Triple H and was talking to him about getting rid of the Braun problem or whatever, because Braun was looking for him or whatever. So that was just the setup to everything else that happened. So after that, we got the United States Championship match between Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe. Another match that pretty much lasted for a couple minutes. Rey Mysterio caught Samoa Joe in the face with a kick that made his face bleed, and then ended up with Rey Mysterio hitting some type of roll-up pin with Samoa Joe's shoulder up and winning the entire United States title. In any other logical wrestling match, the referee would have saw that his shoulders was up and restarted the match. And some people were saying, oh, the match ended impromptu because Samoa Joe was bleeding. It could have happened. That could have been the reason why. But I've seen Samoa Joe in the WWE, even though it was NXT, bleed in a match and the match continued. They just had the referee stop it. But I guess because this match is not that high profile, it's not a, the top title match. It's a mid-card title that nobody even cares about. And since Samoa Joe has been the weakest champion on the roster because he always loses, Rey Mysterio won the match. After the match, the thing I hate about it is WWE insulting my intelligence by showing me the replay, and the referee had to have seen the replay. He had to have seen that Joe's shoulder was up and didn't do anything about it. The commentators pointed it out. It's like, don't insult my intelligence like that. After the match, Samoa Joe attacked Rey Mysterio, hit him with 2 Uranagis while Rey Mysterio's son Dominic watched, and then Samoa Joe hit a senton, left the ring, and then Dominic helped his father out with the U.S. title. I didn't care. Then we got the next match I really didn't care about. It was a steel cage match between The Miz and Shane McMahon, the best in the world. I'm sorry, this match, this wasn't it. I barely paid attention to it. I really didn't care for it. I can tell you there was one part where where a chair got brought into the match, and The Miz hit a skull crusher finale. And this is the other part that made me kind of a little bit upset and just confused, was that Shane got hit with the skull crusher finale on the chair. That would have been a perfect ending to the match, right? He pinned Shane McMahon. The steel cage match is a no disqualification match. That indicates it because they used the chairs. He puts the pin, and Shane McMahon puts his foot on the rope, and the referee stops counting. That doesn't make sense. That's not how that works. It's a no disqualification match. That means rope breaks don't count. The fans booed it. They chanted AEW, which is stupid because you paid money to go to a WWE show to chant AEW. How idiotic of you, because I know the people that are going to Double or Nothing are not going to chant WWE. Anyways, after that, what else happened? We got a spot where The Miz was going to hit a super skull crusher finale. Then The Miz and Shane McMahon were fighting on the top. It looked like The Miz was going to hit a superplex on Shane McMahon off the top of the cage. What ended up happening was that The Miz ended up holding on Shane's shirt, and Shane ended up slipping through the shirt and won the steel cage match by falling to the ground. Yeah, that's it. The next match we got, we had another segment on the show where the camera cuts to the backstage and Sami Zayn is found hanging upside down unconscious because Braun Strowman just destroyed him. Pause. Then after that, we got an announcement that Mick Foley is going to be introducing a new title to Monday Night Raw. No. Please no. We do not need another title on Monday Night Raw. We do not need another title in WWE. There's too many titles. We have the Universal title, the WWE title, the United States title, the Intercontinental title, the Raw Women's title, the SmackDown Women's title, the Raw Tag Team titles, the SmackDown Tag Team titles. If you want to count, the Cruiserweight title. I forgot. I think Vince McMahon forgot too. We've got the Cruiserweight title. Then you go over to NXT. We got the NXT title, the NXT North American title, which is my favorite title design currently. The NXT Tag titles, the NXT Women's title. Then we have a whole new brand in WWE that nobody even watches. NXT UK, you got the the WWE United Kingdom Championship, the NXT Tag Team titles, which is a nice design, and the NXT UK Women's title. There's too many titles. I have a headache right now just naming the titles off my head. This is crazy, fam. And now we're going to introduce a new title. Some people are speculating a hardcore title, which wouldn't even make sense because WWE is not going to do the hardcore matches like that. So I don't even want a hardcore title. Leave that in that era, okay? The hardcore stuff is cool, but you're not going to get a good hardcore title match in WWE today because chair shots to the head are gone. Just hitting each other in the head in general is gone, so you can't even get that. They're not going to use like weapons like barbed wire and cheese graters and all that kind of stuff. The closest thing we get to hardcore is the thumbtacks. That's about it. So I hope it's not that. I don't know what else they could possibly introduce. Hopefully it's a good design. It doesn't get booed out the arena like the Universal title because Mick Foley's doing this again. So whatever. After that, we got the Cruiserweight Championship match that somehow slipped its way from the pre-show. We had Arya Daivari, who's not the champion, versus Tony Nese, who is the champion. The match was like every match on 205 Live, dead. The crowd was pretty much dead. I mean, I could tell you the highlight of the match is Arya Daivari showing up with a Benz. That was about it. And he wrestled in white pants. He was Alberto Del Rio for the night. The match, I was half and half paying attention and looking at my phone playing WWE Supercard. I could tell you Tony Nese hit a dive on the outside that looked pretty cool. Arya Daivari hit his finisher for a near fall, and then Tony Nese won with the running knees. And he also hit a 450 splash for a near fall. But he hit the running knees, which is just him running his knee to the face. I don't know, bro. It wasn't even that the match was bad, because I'm pretty sure if I watch it again and actually pay attention, it's probably not that bad, but it might be. It's the fact that these are two guys that were always looked at as just nobodies in 205 Live. If this match was between like Cedric and Buddy Murphy, or Cedric and Mustafa Ali, or something like that, or put in Akira Tozawa, then maybe it would be a good match. I mean, not maybe, I know it would be a good match. This, you got two people that I have no care for. You haven't given me a reason to care for them. And so the match just didn't get a crowd reaction at all. So there you go. Tony Nese retains the title. And another thing I hate about WWE right now, I know I sound like everybody on Twitter. We gotta get rid of these Velcro belts, bro. Leave that to the replica toy belts, bro. Don't be doing this Velcro stuff, bro. It's so ugly. It doesn't look good. It looks pretty bad. It looks like you just don't care anymore. Just bring back the buttons. Anyways, we got another backstage segment where Triple H catches up with Braun Strowman and tells him he has to leave the arena. And he also doesn't believe that Braun Strowman is the one that attacked Sami Zayn, which from the ending I could kind of I could see who did it. But Jesus Christ! After that, we got the Raw Women's Title match. Hold on, let me sneeze real quick. Hold on, you might hear it. I might cut it out. Jesus. We got the Raw Women's Title match. We got Lacey Evans versus Becky Two Belts, who is no longer Becky Two Belts. She's Becky One Belt. But this wasn't the title she lost. This match, I don't know. It did nothing for me. It's just a match that happened. If you put this match in 2007, it would probably be the greatest women's match of all time. Lacey Evans came out with the sombrero and was shooting money because she thought she was Okada, but she doesn't got the Okada sauce. Becky Lynch came out to her entrance. She's been cooled down tremendously. This is not the Becky Lynch I remember from like October, November. Yeah, it was just Becky got her stuff off. Lacey Evans eventually got a lot of offense in. She dragged Becky's arm into a ring post. She did all her little moves. She kicked Becky in the leg. And then Becky went for a roll-up. The referees didn't even count the roll-up, even though both her shoulders were down. Then eventually it transitioned into her hitting the what's her move called? The disarmor, and Lacey Evans tapped out immediately. So okay, whatever. So then after that, Becky was about to leave the ring, and then Charlotte came out, fastest entrance of all time. She ran with the robe on. The match started. It was a basic match. I don't know. They just did a bunch of offense on each other. Charlotte tried to do the natural selection on the ring apron and no sold her back being messed up. She did a Boston Crab on Becky. That didn't work. Becky did one of her little suplexes. And the match just ended with what's her face? Lacey Evans got involved from a referee distraction. She punched Becky in the face. Becky tried to go for a roll-up. It looked like she won it, but I guess it was a kick out. And then Charlotte hit a little weak boot to the face. Like, she didn't even hit Becky in the face with the boot. The boot didn't even connect, G. It didn't. It was so terrible. It was a weak-ass boot to the face. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte Flair is the new Smackdown Women's Champion. Or at least that's what we thought. After the match, they got post-match heat as Lacey Evans and Charlotte beat up Becky Lynch. Bayley came out, took out both of them, threw Charlotte into the corner, cashed in the Money in the Bank that she literally just won, hit her little nasty Macho Man elbow, and won the match. We have a new SmackDown Women's Champion in Bayley. I see what WWE is doing with Bayley right now. They're trying to fix her, which is fine. They can fix her. I hope they do well with her as champion, but I don't know. I just have to wait till Tuesday to see. Shut up, Siri. Damn. Anyways, my bad. After that, we got to a point where Roman Reigns was walking backstage. Elias was creeping up behind him and smacked him in the back with a guitar. After that, he got to the ring, got an electric guitar, did his little performance, talked bad about the crowd, walked back. Roman Reigns pulled up, hit a Superman punch, hit a spear, won the match. Good, because I was not trying to watch this match. I did not want to see an Elias and Roman match. I really didn't. Not at this point in the pay-per-view. So after that, we got to the first of our 2 world title matches tonight, which surprisingly, the Universal title went before the WWE title, which is, I'm starting to think Fox is getting, or WWE is trying to make the WWE title mean more since it's going to be on Fox, and Fox wants SmackDown to be as serious as possible. Kind of sounds like AEW, but we got the WWE title match between AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. Now, I lowered my expectations for this match because every time I got my expectations high for a dream match or a match I really want to see in WWE, my expectations went down when it comes to AJ Styles. And AJ Styles is one of my favorite wrestlers, top 5 for me. But as of recent, he has not been putting on the best matches that I know he can. Like, if you look at 2016 AJ to 2019-18 AJ, granted, he did break that record as WWE champion. He's in the top 10 longest reigns now. But his matches weren't that impressive. And I'm just looking back on it. A lot of his matches weren't that impressive. The match with Shinsuke was not as good as everybody thought it was, including myself. And then their follow-up matches just weren't as great because they just weren't connecting. His match with Randy Orton, their match was cool at Mania, but their match on SmackDown in 2017 was even better. So this match, I lowered my expectations, and I actually got a really great match out of these two. It was really good. It started off good. AJ hit a suplex, a drop kick, a really mean drop kick. He actually connected to Seth in the face. Seth hit a reverse Falcon Arrow. It was a reverse Falcon Arrow and then a reverse suplex off the top rope as well. It was a reverse suplex off the top rope. And then was it a reverse? Yeah, it was a reverse Falcon Arrow because he didn't do the whole thing. But anyways, it's really good spot. He did it at SummerSlam against Dolph Ziggler, which was actually pretty cool. I know there's a name for it, I think, but I'm not gonna look it up. We got one part of the match where Seth Rollins hits a suicide dive, but I would have to say the best part of the match was AJ was about to get hit with the curb stomp, and as soon as Seth hit the curb stomp, he lifted his head up, catches Seth Rollins, and hits him with the Style Clash for a near fall. That move right there saved my interest in the pay-per-view, and it made the match even more lit for a near fall. We got to a point where AJ went for the phenomenal forearm, but Seth Rollins was able to counter it, hit a buckle bomb, a super kick. No, what did he counter the forearm into? Hold on. Yeah, okay. So he takes advantage of it. He didn't hit a buckle bomb. He did that early in the match. He hit a ripcord knee. They hit a super kick, and they hit the curb stomp and won the match, retaining the title. After that, I thought we was going to get an AJ heel turn, but we might get that tomorrow on Raw. Instead, we got a handshake between AJ and Seth, which made the match mean even more because AJ is passing his respects to Seth Rollins and is boosting Seth Rollins as a superstar because he was able to gain the respect of AJ. That was pretty cool. I liked that match. It was really good. After that, we got the next match. Oh, I forgot about this. We had a segment where Lars Sullivan beat up the Lucha House Party. It's not a good look right now for Lars Sullivan. After all the stuff he said on the internet, I'm not going to go into a deep rant because I just feel like at this point it's pointless. And I feel like it's overdone to just even talk about the stuff he did. Just know Lars Sullivan's a piece of shit. So he just beat up the Lucha House Party, which is funny because he was targeting Hispanic people as well as black people on his little thing, and he just beats up 3 Hispanic people. I don't know. It was whatever. Uh, I can tell you the highlight of it was Lars Kalisto headbutting Lars, and he was bleeding. I guess the Attitude Era is coming back now. Take that for what you will. The next match we got was the WWE title match between Kevin Owens and the WWE champion Kofi Kingston. This match was actually pretty good. It was a slow build, but it actually got picked up. And I would say it would pick up when Kevin Owens hit a nice frog splash to the outside. There was another nice part where Kofi Kingston went for his little trust fall, and Kevin Owens caught him in midair with the super kick from the outside. That was actually pretty nice. Let me see. What else can I think of? There was a lot of stuff. There was transitions. Like there was one part where Kevin Owens got hit with the SOS, then he rolled to the outside. There was one part where Kofi was trying to go for the SOS. Kevin Owens countered it and tried to hit the stunner just for Kofi Kingston to hit the SOS for a near fall. Kevin Owens hit the pop-up powerbomb, but he modifies it now, so he doesn't just do it and it pins you. He does the pop-up powerbomb and then sits down with it, which actually makes the move look a little bit more devastating for a near fall. Then it got to a point where Kevin Owens took Kofi Kingston's shoes off for some odd reason, climbed the top rope, tried to go for a swanton bomb, and got hit with a Trouble in Paradise, and Kofi Kingston won the title. Boom, there you go. After that, we get to the main event. I can't laugh, bro. I can't stop laughing. The ending of this match was amazing. We got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Baron Corbin, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Andrade, Randy Orton, Ali, and it was supposed to be Sami Zayn, but it ended up being Brock Lesnar in the last 10 seconds of the match. This match was actually, it had a lot of good spots. The best spot was Andrade hitting a sunset flip, the sunset powerbomb, whatever you want to call it, onto the ladder, and Finn Balor just hits the ladder and just springs up into the air and falls to the ground. Ricochet literally did nothing in this match. I'm sorry, they did Ricochet so dirty. And by the way, what is up with Ricochet's entrance? That nasty sound they put at the beginning of his entrance? Oh my god, that is so nasty. I guess it's supposed to be a bullet ricocheting or whatever. But come on, G, don't do that. We're adults, bro. This is kid stuff. But anyways, Ricochet was literally here just to get thrown around. Like, his biggest spot of the match was that he tried to do what he did at that TakeOver, because I just watched that NXT ladder match for the North American title for like the 50th time, just to watch a good ladder match to get myself ready to watch whatever tonight's pay-per-view was. And he basically got thrown and he jumped off the ropes and did a flip, but it was botched, but he still connected it. That was actually pretty clean. Ricochet literally got thrown through a ladder. That was pretty much his highlight of the match. There was a little moment between him and Mustafa Ali that I actually liked, and I actually want to see a feud between Mustafa Ali, or Ali as he is now, and Ricochet. That would actually be a pretty good feud. I've done the matches in WWE 2K. Those matches were epic, and you know how hard it is to get a good match out of WWE 2K. So I hope they'll get a good I hope they'll be able to feud in a couple years, because they can't right now because they're on separate brands. But that pretty much means nothing these days. So they'll be able to feud one day. Baron Corbin was there to literally just do Baron Corbin stuff. He chokeslammed Finn Balor onto a ladder. He chokeslammed Mustafa Ali through the announce table. He didn't even have to take the cover off. He just literally just picked Mustafa Ali up and just threw him through the table. Who else was in this match that did something? Finn Balor, like I said, he took a lot of the bumps too. Like there was one part where he got suplexed by Drew McIntyre onto a ladder, and then Andrade got hit with the reverse Alabama slam on top of Finn Balor. Drew? Pretty much, I forgot he was in, like, I won't say I forgot he was in the match. He did stuff, but he pretty much just hit a bunch of Claymore kicks to people. Randy Orton was there to just RKO somebody, which he did. He had like a super RKO on Drew McIntyre where he grabbed him off the ladder and hit him with an RKO. He's done it in 2 other Money in the Bank ladder matches, so it's like, it was cool, but it's like you've done it twice already. I mean, this is your 3rd time doing it. I'm not really that impressed. Andrade, like I said, he did the sunset flip powerbomb onto the ladders. That was nice. Into the ladder bridge. So the ending of this match, right? We see the RKO from Randy Orton to Drew McIntyre. Ali comes out of nowhere, takes out Randy Orton. Oh no, Randy Orton gets taken out by Baron Corbin. Mustafa Ali takes out Baron Corbin. He climbs the ladder. It looks like Mustafa Ali's about to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Then, round, you hear Brock's music hit. I'm sorry. We find out that apparently Brock Lesnar is Sami Zayn's replacement. Mustafa Ali, just sitting on top of the ladder, just looks so shocked and confused. Gets into the ring, knocks him off the ladder, climbs the ladder, and when I was watching this, I was just dying laughing because I'm like, what? He climbs the ladder, unhooks the briefcase. Hey, Brad. Your 2019 Money in the Bank winner is Brock Lesnar. Never in my lifetime would I think that Brock Lesnar would be a Money in the Bank winner. Oh my God. And yeah, Brock Lesnar's just laughing and celebrating. This is the most character, the most emotion I've seen Brock Lesnar have in a long time. Like, Brock Lesnar literally has one mode, and it's just look angry. And he's actually laughing and smiling. So yeah, so I'm going to assume that this is going to lead up to a Brock and Seth match at WWE Blood Money. I mean, oh my bad, Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. So I guess he's going to show up and just basically, he's not even going to do the whole the way you're supposed to do Money in the Bank, where you just catch your opponent off guard. He's just going to be like, you know what? I want a title match at Saudi Arabia. Here's the briefcase. Give me the match. And then we're going to have the match. And yeah, whatever. Yeah, this show, if you were to take the last 3 matches off, this show would be terrible. I give it about a 6 out of 10. It was okay. No, I'll give it 7 out of 10. Because those last 3 matches saved this entire pay-per-view. Because before that, this pay-per-view was a sinking ship just waiting to sink down. And I was, at one point, I was like, this is, WWE is not even trying to compete with AEW. They I don't know. I'm not even trying to just sound like somebody off of Twitter, because a lot of people on Twitter just be like, man, AEW is going to end WWE because WCW ended WWE and ECW ended WWE. But AEW is going to end WWE because, you know, yeah, whatever. Anyways, that's my review for the show. There's a lot of wrestling reviews that's going to be coming out. We got TakeOver 25 in 2 weeks on a Saturday. We got Double or Nothing next Saturday, which I'm actually going to review because I'm not a WWE mark. I'm actually trying to expand. That's why I reviewed New Japan shows and the G1 Climax, the G1 Supercard. I should, no, I'm thinking about it. We got TakeOver 20. Let me get this right. So next week we got Double or Nothing on Saturday. Then next Saturday we got what's that show? NXT TakeOver 25 on a Saturday as well. The next Friday we have what's the show called? Oh my God. What is the show called? Super Showdown. I'm just gonna review it. I don't even care if you watch it or not. I'm not gonna watch it. My review. Then after that, which I forgot, Dominion is coming up. It's June 9th. We got Chris Jericho versus Okada. That should be really good. And then we're probably gonna get the rematch between Ibushi and Naito as well. So that should be pretty good. But yeah, like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do what you do. Also, yeah, I got another unrelated to wrestling video dropping someday where I want to talk about my first year in college, because I am a college student. I'm about to, when the summer ends, I'll be a sophomore officially, I guess, start my sophomore year. But I just want to go over my freshman year and all the stuff that went down that I thought was interesting to just tell. It's kind of be like a story time, if y'all remember the story times. I'll just put it under the story time banner since I haven't done a story time, and I'll just talk about all the stupid, crazy, and what I thought funny stuff of my freshman year was, because it was a lot. It might have to be split up in parts. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, guys, like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do what you do to support me. Follow me on all my social media links down in the description below. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Peace.